Hey guys, Admiral Black here, and I'm starting off this Saturday morning with some DC Rebirth. I got the fan in the background, so if it becomes a problem, let me know. I'm hoping that it don't. Look, I got shit all in my hair from that walk. Took a walk this morning, guys. Play Pokemon Go. New video coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Probably gonna drop that today, sometime today. So be on the lookout for that if it comes out good. It was a test run, so I'm not sure how it's gonna come out. But I'm gonna start off today. I'm gonna be reading Superman issue number 3 from DC Rebirth, and I'm gonna be reading Green Arrow, DC Rebirth this morning as well. I'm gonna start off with Superman first, and then I'm gonna be going right into Green Arrow. But I'm gonna be doing another live stream, as you know, as you guys know, for the last week I've been doing live stream, and then right after it do another live stream. That's how I'm gonna be tackling this today. So let's do this thing. All right, guys. So just a little recap of what's been going on in the Superman uh Rebirth comics. It's been really good. It's been going really good. We had Clark take his son out to deal with some kind of strange, looks like alien invasion, some kind of kraken looking creature, and we got to see how strong his son really is, and that he was actually able to hurt his father to the point in which that his father couldn't actually regenerate from it rather quickly. So it's very interesting to see that he is half Kryptonian, but he's able to fly. And he has heat vision, so he's already showing that he has the power, but at the same time he's also showing that he is human at the same time, in a sense of the word, because he's vulnerable. He got hurt, he's gotten hurt, he's passed out, and Superman didn't want to take him to the hospital. So that's where we kind of left off in the last issue. So I want to know, how is Superman going to handle his son? You know, are they going to call in a special doctor? What's going on that he's able to be this powerful as his father, but still be as vulnerable as a human? I think it's because he's half. I'm actually very positive it's because he's half. But I'm very interested to see how they're gonna portray it in the comic. So let's go. All right. So we're in the Arctic Circle, the Fortress of Solitude. Welcome, Kal-El. Access granted. Lois says, I don't like coming here, Clark. It feels like we're trespassing on the previous Superman's memory. Why aren't we using your mountain fortress? John shares both of our genomes, Lois. The mountain doesn't have the Kryptonian tech we need to get a thorough picture of what's going on with him and why he's lost consciousness after the fall he took back at the ooh, mysterious alien, mysterious Clark, metallic Clark, some kind of seemed to be robotic Clark that we saw in the last chapter. Just landed hard. Clark's going into battle mode. His wife, his son are in the background. Crypto's there with his Superman cape, and the strange alien Clark says, "We have been waiting for you, Kal-El. You have traveled long and far to save us." Superman says, "I don't know how or why you broke in here, but right now was not your smartest choice. Tell me, what do you look like? The Eradicator?" Clark, stop the walls, because we are the Eradicator. If you are the Eradicator, I know what you're capable of. And the menacing Clark says, "What are you capable of? Is saving Krypton, Kal-El. You must trust us." Clark says, "I don't think so." The evil Clark then unleashes a huge beam from his hands. It looks kind of like a Kamehameha wave. And then he says, "Then you leave us no choice." Superman grunts in pain, landing, crippling the wall behind him. But to incapacitate us, you but to incapacitate you until we can convince you. Lois, take John, find cover at the back of the fortress. John, come with me right now. What's going on, Mom? As he wipes his eyes and wakes up from being unconscious. Superman says, "I won't let you threaten my family. If you only realize how special this moment is for us. To see you, a living, breathing Kryptonian, strong, vital, passionate." Clark yells, "I told you to hurry, John. We can't stop, or..." "Who's that guy fighting Dad?" "Someone dangerous from our past. That's all you need to know." "I've got to help him, Mom. Your father can handle himself. Now, follow." And she gets cut off. Clark flies past him, slamming into the back of the wall. All you see is faces of shock. And Clark says, "You've got no chance of convincing me or anything except to put you down fast and hard. This should be a day of celebration. Instead, John, get behind." And she's cut off again. The evil Clark picks up a giant pillar of crystal, and he's about to lunge it right into Lois and John. He says, "We suggest you and the boy move away quickly from the point of impact." And she says, sure, good idea. Clark says, "Lois, John." And then he realizes he saved them. "Do you have a preference on where we should set this down, Kal-El?" Hmm. "I can't believe this. I've turned my back on the Eradicator. Every fiber of my being is screaming against it. But he saved Lois and John without a moment of hesitation. He left himself vulnerable to my attack by doing the right thing. So I focus on John and give Eradicator the benefit of the doubt for the moment." "I know he is, John." Oh, he says, "He's still staring at us, Dad." And he says, "I know he is, John." Wow. Wow. So here we have the Eradicator, who turns out to not be a bad guy. Even though he just attacked Clark, he's not a bad guy. He instead helps them try and figure out what's going on with John. That's mind fucking. That's mind blowing right there. So I need to know what's going on. Right now we have some kind of John's laying in some kind of Kryptonian bed in a crystal, and he's being scanned. His insides are being scanned, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with their son. So here we go. How long do I have to lie like on this thing? Until we've got a complete diagnosis workup of your physiology, kiddo. "I'm fine. I just want to go home." "I know you do, John. We're worried about you. There's a lot going on inside you right now, and these special machines will help us figure out things as your body changes." "What kind of changes? You mean my powers?" "Your budding powers aren't the problem, John. It's the lack of consistency in your invulnerability that concerns us. Sometimes you're at risk of skinning your knee or hurting your head in a tree fall. Other times you're not. These readings clearly state your body is still adapting to your unique genome that your mom and I passed up to you. And speaking of adapting, why are you here in wearing the symbol of L emblem on your chest?" The Eradicator says, "We are here because we are fated to be here. After assimilating personal objects within your fortress, we are now wearing the house symbol proudly. But before our mission to cross space and time to find you began, there was a secret protocol we were built to comply with while Krypton thrived. This protocol was created by General Zod. He He cherished us as his eradicators. Our duty was to seek out and arrest Kryptonian lawbreakers on General Zod's list by whatever means necessary. General Zod directed us to draw out the lawbreakers' life force and transfer them into Phantom Zone projector where they could await trial. Their bodies would be replaced in cryo chambers until their respective trials. In the weeks that followed, several assignments for General Zod took us to the far reaches of the planet. Upon returning from a stealth operation to Borkors, General Zod had sanctioned Krypton began to explode. Melted slag and subatomic organic matter of the planet burned through us, coating and bonding to our form, wiping away ooh, all mechanical aspects and leaving us with uh, descripted humanoid shape. In those last horrific moments, we alone bore witness to the final fate of our world, the life force of planet screaming, lost in cold fragments alone, no survivors, or so we thought. We caught a glimpse of one lone rocket escaping the fiery cataclysm, and one protocol was all we had. Scour the galaxies, every solar system, every planet, find a survivor, and let nothing get in our way. Then that solar system with the yellow sun drew our attention. We searched for the first two planets closest to it, and then the third. Finally, discovering the first trace of Kryptonian DNA to be that of your son's, which unfortunately has been tainted with your wife's human side. For Krypton to truly be reborn in all its glory, our species need to propagate, but to preserve the purity of the race, the Kryptonian genome needs to be uncorrupted. We shall start with your offspring and find a way to bolster his Kryptonian gene to subsume his human one. You're talking about eradicating half of my son. Yes, but to the impure half. What do you think you're doing, Dad? Clark, the first step to cleansing is Ingestion. John. The Eradicator lets out a huge beam and just completely showers John in it. John screams out in pain. Crypto jumps in the way and is completely swallowed whole by the Eradicator. Nothing is left but his cape. Clark, being furious, runs towards the Eradicator. He ready to throw hands and fuck this nigga up. John sits there crying, grabbing Krypton's cape. And he gets up, pissed, eyes glowing red, tears running down his eyes. And it looks like he's about to make a storm. So here we have the last page of John looking completely badass. Looks like he finna throw hands. Looks like he finna completely annihilate the Eradicator for what he did to Crypto. Crypto just jumped in the way, saved his life, and now he's pissed. And I would be too. I would be furious. And it's very... Superman has been on fire these last few chapters, and we about to see the full power of John. We're about to see what he brings out. We already saw that he's able to hurt his dad. So what is he able to do to this Eradicator at full power, in his full strength? We're about to see the full power of Superboy in this next issue coming in 2 weeks. And I'm hyped for that shit, guys. I'm hyped for that shit. All right. So that's it, guys. That's Superman. I'm about to start reading Green Arrow #3 next live stream. So stay with me. All right, guys. I'll be right back with a little more for you.